You're listening to Vaquero News.
And we are live from the Brownsville studio. Welcome to this week's newscast. I am Victor Ramirez, and we hope you had a restful weekend. Starting out the newscast, UTRGV is administering free flu shots for the campus community. With flu season approaching, UTRGV Health Services are providing free flu shots for enrolled students while supplies last on the Brownsville and Edinburgh campuses. Associate Professor of Pediatrics in the School of Medicine, Dr. Scott Spear, explains how the flu shots are being administered during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, we're screening everybody by phone. We're asking them, do they have any symptoms? Everybody has to obviously come in wearing a mask. If they have COVID symptoms, then we can help them get testing either through us or through the UTRGV drive-through. And then if they're negative, then we can give them the flu shot.
According to the Centers for Disease and Control Prevention, flu is a contagious respiratory illness caused by influenza viruses. It can cause mild to severe illness, and serious outcomes of flu infection can result in hospitalization or death. Spears says it is important to get a flu shot during the pandemic.
So we're really recommending that everybody, particularly those who could be around older folks or people who have suppressed immune systems, kind of like the same risks for COVID, but also students themselves can get quite sick with influenza, that everybody get vaccinated for influenza, particularly this season and particularly early, so that they're protected from the get-go.
The CDC's flu season website states because of the COVID-19 pandemic, reducing the spread of respiratory illnesses like flu this fall and winter is more important than ever. Director of Health Services Rick Gray says last year the department administered more than 1,700 shots to students and hopes to provide the same amount this year.
I hope more kids will come in. Like I said, the broader immunity, the less likely you are to contract other diseases or give other diseases a more opportune host to set up in. And then it helps prevent two pandemics at the same time. I mean, two illnesses.
Before visiting the Student Health Services in Cortez Hall, Suite 237 in Brownsville, call 956-882-3896. For the Edinburgh Clinic at 613 North Sugar Road, call 956-665-2511. For Vaquero News, I'm Victor Ramirez. Reporter Justin Elizalde tells us about recognizing the importance of breast cancer awareness during October's observation.
The month of October welcomes a season of change as the weather cools and leaves begin to brown, but also includes another color, pink, for breast cancer awareness. October 1st through the 31st is Breast Cancer Awareness Month and is a time for education, recognition, and remembrance. School of Medicine Assistant Professor of Surgery Dr. Vaquero Newscast explains awareness means it's the beginning of the cure.
It's a conglomerate of things, awareness of a disease process, basically. And it is one of the biggest concerns of us that we have, because early detection means the possibility of curing.
School of Medicine Associate Professor of Pediatrics Dr. Scott Spear says awareness is also knowing family history.
I mean, I think awareness is also asking your family, is breast cancer something that's in our family? Is ovarian cancer something that's in our family? Those two are often linked genetically. And so, it's good for people to find out a bit more about their family history.
Dr. David says that breast cancer is something that can affect men as well, and adds that it's important for men and women to self-examine regularly to detect when any changes occur.
When we're in the shower, we can start just feeling when we're soaping ourselves. When you feel, hey, you know what? This wasn't there yesterday. What's this? So be aware of what our body is, right?
Director of Student Health Services Rick Gray says that while UTRGV does not offer diagnostic radiology tests such as mammograms, they do offer clinical breast exams at no cost to students.
My staff, both the clinics, will assess you and refer you to the person that can help.
Dr. David says people should not fear speaking with their doctors about their concerns.
We should ask the questions. We should inquire. Because we go back to what I said at the beginning of this interview, early detection means cure. And the other part about it, early detection may mean minimal surgery.
To schedule an appointment at one of UTRGV's Student Health Services clinics, visit onlinestudenthealth.utrgv.edu. For Vaquero News, I'm Justin Elizalde.
For UTRGV Brownsville students who wanted to get back in shape while keeping safe during the pandemic, you're in luck because the TSC Recreation Center is back in business. The Recreation Center in Brownsville has reopened with COVID-19 safety protocols in place for UTRGV and Texas Southmost College students. The TSC Recreation Center opened on September 21st and its hours of operations vary. UTRGV Brownsville UREC Program Coordinator Samantha Villarreal says the guidelines are similar to what the Edinburgh facility is doing.
So basically, they are open throughout the day, but there's like block time. So they're blocked, for example, like 10 a.m. to 10:45, and then they're closed 10:45 to 11:15 to clean.
Villarreal says students can sign up through IM Leagues to reserve a slot of 45 minutes, and the maximum capacity is 50 people per session. According to Villarreal, students must have a facial covering and gloves, but no gym bags are allowed.
But you are allowed to take a drawstring bag that you must keep with you at all times. Any other equipment like a weight belt or like a water bottle or a towel is allowed again, but it needs to stay on you or in your little drawstring bag.
Vaquero Radio contacted TSC Executive Director for Student Life and Civility, Armando Ponce, but was unavailable for an interview as of this broadcast. Villarreal says the Brownsville Rec received more than 120 students from September 21st through the 23rd.
I think that they're doing everything to make sure that students and their staff that's on shifts are being safe. So I feel like it is safety-wise, they're doing everything possible to make sure that students are safe but still getting in their workout.
UTRGV Political Science Junior Jennifer Velasquez says she started going to the Brownsville Rec last week and feels that it brings a sense of normalcy.
It's another way to keep the students engaged with campus because now that mostly everything is online, including some of the events, extracurriculars and all, it's kind of hard to have that, interaction with campus.
According to Villarreal, UTRGV UREC and TSC will be providing virtual intramural sports for this semester. Visit IM Leagues to learn more. For Vaquero Radio, I'm Victor Ramirez. Justin Elizalde reports on a series that aims to create virtual space for discourse that focuses on Hispanic and Latinx culture.
The COVID-19 pandemic has reshaped the way people will gather and interact for the foreseeable future. The Center for Diversity and Inclusion and Dream Resource Center's People Series aims to create a space of virtual gathering and discussion. Program Director Erin Hinojosa says that the current series focuses on Hispanic and Latinx culture.
One of our goals was to feature people, or like I said, cultures that are in line with Hispanic Heritage Month. Our first People series was just last week, and really it was designed to talk about, or for people to share what they learned and what they know about the terms Hispanic, Latino, Latina, Latinx.
Hinojosa says that students or community members interested in attending should know that the event is not a seminar or lecture, but a space of casual conversation.
It's not a lecture, it's not a presentation. It really is that. It's just like come in, like hang out and share what you know or learn something else. Apply what you're learning to your own lived experiences.
The next series will start at 11 a.m. Tuesday via Zoom and will focus on the Muxe culture of Oaxaca. Graduate student Fernanda Flores says students shouldn't expect to become super pro, but just to attend and have fun.
I see it more as a time to have fun, enjoy, to have a space to just, be ourselves, share what we know.
Environmental sciences sophomore Alonso Ponce says the meetings help him have a sense of community with the university.
I may actually see the people in these sessions, in real life, because as I said, you connect with them. And even though we're all in our homes at like different places around the Rio Grande Valley, we do connect.
Hinojosa says he plans to create more People Series sessions for the spring semester. For more information about attending future sessions, visit the Center for Diversity and Inclusion's V-Link page. For Vaquero News, I'm Justin Elizalde.
And McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
And now time for Vaquero Sports.
Sports reporter Luis Rubio spoke with a Brownsville native that joined the UTRGV men's soccer team this summer.
UTRGV Soccer continues to add local Rio Grande Valley talent on their roster under head coach Paul Lees. This year includes Mark Boswell, a freshman midfielder from Brownsville. Boswell amassed multiple awards including All-Metro Newcomer of the Year in 2017 and All-Metro MVP and All-Valley Soccer Player of the Year in 2019 while being a 4-year starter at Veterans Memorial Early College High School. Despite a widely successful high school soccer career, his memories remain bittersweet as his senior season, like so many other soccer players around the U.S., was cut short due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
not favorite, but it's also like sad at the same time, disappointing in a way, was the 3 years I played in high school. We made it to the 2 games before state. We're so close, but I feel like my senior year, if it wasn't for COVID, we would have won.
Despite the sting of not being able to finish his senior season still haunting him with the ever-present question of what could have been, Boswell now looks to start a new chapter with the only Division I university that offered him a scholarship, UTRGV. Coach Lee says that he first heard about Boswell as a freshman and kept a close eye on him as he attended UTRGV summer ID camps. Boswell's technical ability in the midfield and being able to put his teammates in winning situations with his soccer IQ continually impressed Coach Lee in the recruiting process.
He was a little bit faster, a little bit trickier, but one of the things that I try to focus on when I recruit, and this was very evident with Mark, I think tactically he has a very high soccer IQ. So you could see him, his brain was working every minute of the game.
Although COVID-19 has affected how UTRGV men's soccer trains for a possible upcoming spring season, Boswell says he has adjusted well with his new teammates.
I know everybody on the team, everybody's cool with each other, and it wasn't a hard adjustment or anything like that. Everybody, the upperclassmen, very opening and just very friendly. It's a great group.
Boswell will be majoring in exercise science because he wants to help other athletes in the future. For Vaquero Radio, I'm Luis Rubio.
For today's weather report.
Today, Brownsville will be sunny with high near of 88 degrees and similar weather on Tuesday. On a Wednesday and Thursday, Brownsville will have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. From Friday going into the weekend, Brownsville will be sunny. Edinburgh will also be seeing similar weather throughout the week. Today will be sunny with a high near of 90 degrees and similar weather on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Edinburgh should be expecting a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Same as Brownsville, from Friday going into the weekend, Edinburgh will be sunny. That's it for your daily weather report. We will see y'all here next week.
And now for this week's event calendar.
Remember, Vaqueros, today is the last day to register to vote for the November 3rd, 2020 election. Visit votetexas.gov on how to register to vote or see voter registration status. Early voting starts on October 13 and ends on October 30th. The Student Union, along with the Office of Leadership and Mentoring, will host a Netflix watch party starting at 7 p.m. Friday to celebrate LGBT plus History Month. The first movie of the month will be award-winning Moonlight, which follows 3 defining chapters in the life of Chiron, a young black man growing up in Miami. Visit the link to RSVP. In case you missed it, Vaquero Radio hosted College Radio Day last Friday. Visit our Facebook page to view the live video version of the event. And that's it for today's newscast. If you have any story ideas, send us an email to radio@utrgv.edu. Vaquero Radio is also mobile with the Radio FX app, available for Android and Apple. Also, follow us on our social media platforms and visit our website for updates and much more. We'll see you next Monday at 9 a.m. here on Vaquero Radio.
This has been Vaquero News.